Okay, it's recording. Hello. The only reason why I'm wearing glasses is because my eyes are wandering all over the place. I have a screen there showing me some responses, and I have script here. So I don't want y'all to see that. So I'm wearing glasses. I'm wearing glasses. Anyways, I really don't remember much of my school experience. From only grade 4 or so is it really memorable. And if I'm being really honest with you all, I really didn't enjoy school back then. My grades weren't the best. For instance, for 40, I used to get only 18, 20. My highest was 25. And that's all right. That's all right. That's good. But I had this tendency of comparing myself with a lot of other people, and to see that they are doing better than me in academics just made me feel horrible as a person. That aside, teachers weren't the best at supporting me either. Academically, they would just shun me. They'll be just like, oh, you're just an average kid. It's okay if you just get these marks. Oh no, you failed again. You're not worth anything. That's what they usually said. No, trust me. I was a grade 4 student, and you had teachers who dead ass said that. You're not worth if you don't get grades. Would you say that to a 4th grade child? That they are not worth because they don't get good grades? Okay. There was also once a moment where I didn't exactly get the English word right. I'll hear you. Hear me out. I was writing an EVS worksheet. The paper flew away in whilst writing. So I said the paper flied. And I feel like that's correct. The paper flied. Then teacher decided to make a snarky comment by stating how I'm also failing in English because I'm using the term wrong. It's not flied, it's apparently flew. The paper flied away. It's what? And then she proceeded to threaten me over the fact that she would complain to the English teacher if I don't correct my English vocabulary at that instant. Bro, what? Teachers, man. Teachers. I used to remember when teachers used to punish us for not doing our assignments properly or not submitting our homework by making us sit with the girls. Bro, your school is advertised as a co-education school, yet you're making the fact that a boy sitting next to a girl is to be deemed as a punishment. And I feel like that is probably the reason where toxic masculinity really stems from. Like, boys do not know how to speak to girls. பேசவே தெரில. ஏன் பேச தெரில? It's because teachers don't let them to. You're not allowed to speak to the opposite sex just because they're the opposite sex. Why? Oh, because it catch feelings. You might be distracted. You might not focus academically. It's as if I focus academically. Actually, back then, it was somewhat okay because after a point of time, teachers didn't really bother the fact that boys talk with girls or girls talk with boys. Only recently has it become a huge problem in the school I graduated from. For instance, we have little teachers, jobless teachers, who are looking out of the social media accounts that other guys and girls are using, and once they find something quote unquote provocative, they will, I don't know, man, they just call them out, make it a huge scene, and just blast them for it. First of all, I'm coming here to get an education. I'm coming here to learn how to use my brain. I'm coming here to learn informative things, and then you're here to provide me with the service. Why do you care what I'm doing outside of school? If it's borderline illegal or if it's morally wrong, sure, you're allowed to lecture me about it. But whatever someone is doing outside of schools, which is neither morally incorrect nor is illegal, why are you bothered by it? As a teacher, is that really your responsibility to see what other students are doing in their social media platforms, and they say this one thing: social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and then Instagram. Bro, who uses Facebook nowadays? Who uses Facebook? Okay, like next time you're lecturing us about social media, just omit the word Facebook at least. If you're going to lecture us about it, just don't say Facebook, bro. Nobody's using Facebook, expired app. But why do you care about the fact that I'm using social media or social media's ruins or something? I use social media and get it pretty fine in 10th and 11th and 12th. Why do you care? Social media thing aside, what is with the authoritarian culture that school promotes on us? There is discipline and there is compliance. And school just tends to mix them both and treat them like they're the same. Complying with you doesn't mean I respect you, nor that's the fact that your discipline is being endowed upon us. That's not the truth. Actually, it's far from the truth. Discipline is where we respect your subject, we respect the fact that you teach it, and then to reciprocate that, we remain in silence or we listen or etc. And by compliance, I just don't mean being quiet. That's fine. Being quiet sometimes is a necessity. Sure, I'll accept that. I'd also like to highlight the extremely academic oriented route that all schools are basically approaching nowadays. When you reach the grade 10 or grade 12, schools no longer see you as a student anymore. They just see you as some sort of asset that they can use to make more publicity and make their school look more prestigious. By that, what I mean, they just want to milk as much grades as they can from you. That's all. They don't care about your well being. They don't care about the fact that you're not interested in school, maybe. They just want marks from you. I'll tell you one instance I've seen myself. Back when I was in grade 10, in the last 3 months, school was basically, 10th was basically split into three, where one class was filled with the high achievers, the second class was filled with the average students, and the third class filled with people who fail. That idea just never sits right with me. Why do you have to categorize them three and then treat them separately? Okay, maybe you can give special attention to those who are failing, but we are all paying for the same education, we are all paying for the same grades, and if we are going to segregate the quality on the basis of what grade I'm getting, is that what you really promised in the first place? That is one more point I wanted to make. And yeah, speaking of culture surrounding around academic validation, teachers only foster that, by the way. I am fully aware that your academic score is very important because you need to have some grade in order to have a fail proof second option at the minimum. But you cannot push that on somebody at the expense of their own mental or physical health. We have teachers who are pushing out an unhealthy lifestyle. For instance, we have teachers who tell us to sleep 6 hours per day, 4 hours per day, 3 hours per day. Why? Because you have to sacrifice your sleep so that you can live out your dreams. First of all, running that low on sleep, you cannot study effectively. Second of all, running that low on sleep, your life expectancy is decreasing. Number three is, with that decreased life expectancy, even if you achieve your dreams, you won't get to live long to see your dreams fully prosper and blossom. So promoting unhealthy habits in the name of getting good grades is just something that doesn't sit right with me. But I felt trapped to this. I used to spend all night studying, and I used to go to school sleep deprived. I cannot focus on class, and then I can come back home. Then I have to try to focus and sit and study again, and I cannot do that. I even pulled some all-nighters back in grade 10, and that did not go well for me. And to see that your school sometimes even promotes that is insane to me. I'm sorry, that sounds insane to me. All over grades, which might not define your future. Do grades really define your future? Is it that important in expense of your mental and now even your physical health? Okay, I think this is a more prevalent problem throughout society. But I've discovered that boys don't talk well about women at all. Like, not all boys, of course, but certain groups of them. I once, whilst my hell out in the washroom, overheard a conversation which was directed to women in a very degrading and dehumanizing way. Like, it felt like all they saw about women was that they're objects and nothing else. Okay, fine. Schools could provide awareness about this and educate us regarding such matters, but instead of doing that, they lecture girls regarding what they should wear and what not they should wear. Instead of lecturing students about real world issues and sending and providing meaningful awareness, we just provide awareness, we just provide crappy advice to students regarding destructive health practices just so that you can get good grades. And now they're completely ignoring real problems going within the school. And when you try to make an effort to address this, you are shunned with the threat that media attention might bring a bad name to the school and yada yada yada. We all know for sure that's not the problem. We just don't want to talk about it. Whatever, man. Whatever. The authoritarian school culture and some people really has made my school experience really bad. But I didn't want this to be entirely about me. I also brought out a set of a set of experiences that I've collected from people, which were in detail about their experience with the school culture entirely as a whole. Let me just change my glasses real quick. Yeah, now I can see the world. Hi, chat. I will be reading some of these, and I will not be mentioning any school or any name. Anything I'll be reading will definitely be censored. So watch out for that. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm pretty sure you know who I am. I'm currently in 2025-26 12th grade and swapped school from last year because I don't know. And the teachers taught like shit. And I was also being targeted for certain something I did to the legendary. I don't want to elaborate further. And then I swapped. At first, it seemed great, but slowly and steadily, it started showing its true colors. The only thing the school has better than is infrastructure. The teachers turned out to be even crappier. My current maths teacher is so trash that she doesn't even do a single sum on the board and asks us to do everything without explaining properly. Anyways, school in general is shit, and I think everybody agrees. See, this is what I mean. I forgot to address this also as a problem. Some teachers don't know how to teach. Okay, I cannot be the person to say that because, first of all, I'm just a student. But my parents have paid something in hopes that I get good education. I learn something, and if your faculty is incompetent in providing that, do I not have the right to call that out? Maybe I'm disrespectful, but my parents have spent a lot of money on me, man. Of course, I should call it out. And no, you're not allowed to call it out. Moving on to the other one I had. School is supposed to be for learning new things and asking stupid questions. Why can't school mostly be about giving space to students to express themselves and their talents, rather like preparing for war, which is exams? This is not only for 10 students, but students of lower classes. Schools focus more about boys' hairstyles and girls' way of dressing than making sure the students enjoy the pure satisfaction of learning. I don't know what enjoyment a teacher gets from micromanaging the little things students are doing. There is a way to instill etiquette and a way to instill fear, and what schools are all doing is fear mongering us by the name of instilling discipline and etiquette. Once again, it's a consequence of our authoritarian culture our school is giving on us. First of all, school feels like a American prison, no joke. The amount of discrimination, judgmental, and not to mention looks they give towards a couple of students unbelievable. Personally, my experience the last year was horrible with the amount of rules they apply, which apparently think help, just makes things even more shitty. Wholeheartedly agree, man. Also, on a small side note, to all the teachers who said that I'm nothing but worthless, or to all the teachers who have said that their parents would be ashamed of them, Man, are you even a teacher? Is that what you say to students who are like half your age or even more, less than half your age? I don't understand how teachers are able to sleep peacefully after having beef with literally 12-year-olds, man. Like, bro, let us know what we are doing wrong with compassion and kindness. Don't dominate us, lead us. This ain't no competition. You're not trying to prove you're Sigma to everybody. Like, oh god, the brain rot. Okay, but seriously, gently lead us. Don't threaten us. That's not going to help you. You're not going to get discipline out of it. You're just going to get compliance and fear mongering. I'll just read this one because, damn. Starting off the second day, it was a tense what was happening. It was smooth, like a strong, smooth operator. But for mine, I learned a lot of things, both good and bad, obviously. I learned that people are not as bad as they seem, and all they classmates seem like family. We were always protect each other, and the betrayals went there, not to say. Soon, I had to move places, and the next chapter, the one I hope ends ASAP, 11 It's not about taking signs, though. More about the people here. The school is next street, so no privacy. I thought I would find good people as friends, but all turns to be bitches. I did not find one friend, except for one that I want to cherish. All the others are poisonous snakes. Even though they're lying to face and very selfish, like selfish. They want people to be under their feet. Sometimes it's good when I show their place, they shut their mouths. Students have no self-respect. Teachers are next level. Once I replied to her because she asked me why I came to school half a day. She was like, back answering me what? Bitch, you asked a question and answered. Again, I was asleep because I was running the 5 and she was like, don't take sympathy. I seriously pity my senior. I wish they were in better conditions than us, and his idiot and his millions don't change from program to program. It's very useful. I don't understand why this is such a universal experience for many of us, man. Why is this being normalized? School is supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be tough so that you will be molded into a more better version of yourself. You're just making us into a worse version of ourselves, and that's what's making it hard. All these communication skills I'm getting right now, it's not something that school has taught me in one way. All of this is something I developed on my own. I saw videos, countless videos on YouTube, and that's how I learned it. Going on to the next one. As a girl, there are so many issues, especially with. Before stepping into a school, teachers should leave behind their personal philosophies on how girls should behave, dress, and act. The amount of misogyny in school is unbelievable. Their attitude towards periods was especially frustrating, dismissing with comments like, it's just periods, everyone has it. Completely ignores the fact that everybody is different, and so are the symptoms. Some of us experience more severe symptoms and genuinely need rest. Acting like it's no big deal is not just ignorant, it's outright dismissal. Co-ed school separation students by the gender after 5th grade. They come up with rules like boys and girls are supposed to talk to each other and see us as sex-craved animals. Then, they not only try to peek into a private life, but they even create social stigma. I am an adult and in my school years, I have gone through a lot. Not only making us feel uncomfortable, they gaslight us by asking, why do you want to speak to the opposite gender? School is a place where in 10th and 12th, they separate us by losers who need extra hours of teaching and toppers who need special coaching. A school is a place where in the name of discipline, they make us expose our insecurities. No one feels self-confident about themselves because they don't want someone to look out of their place and not in order. Talking about disciplinary action against girls wearing colorful hairband and guys having long hairstyles with such etc. of absurd rules. Yeah, man. Oh, right. Speaking of this, boys are also being told to shave because this is not college and you're not college students and you should shave. Why? Why? Why do you care? And you should not have hairstyles. You're not supposed to have long hair. Why? Why do you care? Okay, you're gonna say stuff like it's something like military school, but bro, it's not military school. This ain't no military school. I'm here to learn something. I'm not here to be disciplined over my physical appearance. I look presentable and that's enough. My identity in the school should be defined on the basis of my uniform and my ID card. That's it. Not on the fact that I have long hair or the fact that I'm wearing colored bands or something. Why do you care? Moving on, man. Oh god. My experience in school, especially high school, has been nothing short of dramatic. My anxiety has been a lot in and this year the constant dealing with teachers, often for little reasons, has triggered past traumas. School life has been filled with tears for me. I have basic friends, but sometimes that's just not enough. The discouragement I face from teachers has been overwhelming. They have repeatedly criticized my creativity, calling my work messy, ugly, and students. This has completely shattered my confidence, and now I find myself needing to unlearn all this stuff and negativity instantly. The superiority complex of teachers has made me feel so small, as if my work doesn't matter. Is it so hard to acknowledge that I'm not someone's child, someone's friend, someone's sibling? Most importantly, I'm a human being, but I have always been as one. Being constantly ridiculed and lived on has deeply affected self-esteem. I'm beyond belief putting out that Bible. Teachers need proper anti-moderation training, and honestly, some of them should not be in the at all. I won't name names because I'm better than that, but serious change is needed. I don't have anything to add to that, man. The current state of schooling is not satisfactory for anybody. It is not nurturing anybody but a certain group of students. And is that really satisfactory? 30 பேர்ல 2-3 பேர் தான் பெனிஃபிட் ஆகுறாங்க ஸ்கூலிங்ல இருந்து. எவ்ரிபடி ஹேட்ஸ் ஸ்கூல். இட்ஸ் so universal that everybody hates school now. Why should school be like that? Why can't we like school? You go propose this program, that program, you talk to people about this and that, everything is rejected because they have to focus on academics. Then why did you advertise your school as holistic development? Why did you advertise it like that? First of all, school is supposed to be free. Education is supposed to be free. It's not. Fine. At least we are paying for it now. At least you get something that we are paying for, right? No, we don't get that. That's it. I'd like to end it here before I burst. Thank you.